Nike made this shoe to control your mind. Well, not exactly. Let me explain. This wildly futuristic piece of footwear is called the Nike Mind 001, and it was developed by Nike's Mind Science department, who apparently not only love creating wild-looking pieces of footwear, but also shoes that look like the Cybertruck. That's all I can see when I look at this shoe. I see Cybertruck, especially the silver one. But the whole idea behind this piece of footwear is to activate different sensory parts of your brain through your feet. And what these shoes are meant to do is help you focus and calm down and be more connected with your surroundings. And so in order to test this, I got as stressed out as I possibly could, and then tried them on for the first time. All right, so I don't know what to expect with these. I don't know if they're gonna be like game changing or if they're gonna be mind controlling. I have no idea. So why don't we throw these guys on feet and see if Nike's got a winner on their hands. Feels pretty normal, you know? I feel like some I guess dimples or bumps. But here we go, let's try it out. First time standing in them. They're not bad. Maybe it's because I'm on carpet. Like I don't really feel them. They're not really pressing into my feet that much. They're definitely comfortable. Hold on, let me try them over here where there's some hardwood floor in the corner. Oh yeah, you definitely feel them more on the hardwood floor. I'm sorry, this is the only place there's hardwood floor in the studio. It's not as aggressive as I was expecting. I was expecting like, everything I was hearing from people talking online was like, it feels like foot reflexology. Maybe not that intense, but like you feel it and you notice what's going on. This kind of feels like bigger versions of Crocs, a larger Crocs nub on the bottom of your foot. I mean, maybe I haven't worn these long enough. I plan to wear them all day and see what happens. I'm disappointed to say that because I was really hoping for like this ground shattering experience. I didn't even want like a nice soft underfoot feel. I wanted a feel that like made me think, wow, I'm so like relieved right now. I'm so unstressed. I'm still just as stressed as I was 5 minutes ago. See, that's strange though. I'm starting to feel a bit calmer. I'm sitting and I haven't been able to sit all day. Or is that because of the shoes? All right, since trying these on for the first time, I have been wearing these around throughout the day, and they are better than I expected, but we'll get into that. There's a few things about this shoe that have captured people's attention and helped it go viral and completely sell out. The first is obviously the aesthetic. This nodule traction pattern thing going on in the outsole of the shoe is very, very different, and the fact that it moves and flexes, depending on how you're walking, gives it an even more organic, futuristic, almost alien look. But not only does this shoe promise to give you a very unique look, but it also promises to make you more focused and make you feel more connected with your surroundings, which is definitely something wild, especially when it's apparently supposed to interact with your brain in a way that no other piece of footwear ever has. So needless to say, when the launch date for this shoe was finally announced as January 8th for a retail price of $95, yeah, I lined up digitally on dicksportinggoods.com and had it shipped to my house. I didn't actually physically line up anywhere. I'm not an athlete. I'm not who the shoe is for, but I still bought it, like you probably did. And the hype levels for this Mule are off the charts because I think the 3 colorways that dropped on January 8th, which at the time of filming this video is today, completely sold out. Like, entirely. And I think it's because people are really interested to find out whether the shoe actually lives up to the hype. And so by the end of the video, you're gonna know whether I think the shoe lives up to the hype or whether I think it's just another gimmick. Of course, if you don't want to watch the review and try the shoe out for yourself, or maybe you just want to grab a pair for yourself because you like the way it looks, I've made sure to link it through the YouTube shopping tab on your screen at places like StockX and all the different colorways. The one colorway that I really wanted, the black one, unfortunately hasn't released yet. I think it releases in February for the same retail price of $95. And of course, there is the Mind 002, which is a sneaker, which, as weird as this looks, actually still looks better than the sneaker version. I don't think this design is supposed to be a sneaker. I don't think it looks good as a sneaker. That said, though, the sneaker does still feature the same technology. So you've got 2 different ways to try out this Nike Mind tech. So surprisingly, this $95 pair of Mules does not come in the standard Nike orange box. Instead, it comes in a white box with Nike Mind branding all over it. On the top, you've got the foot hotspots, or the areas that apparently the nodes are pressing against your foot and activating your brain. The graphic on the box, though, which is probably the extent of my knowledge on this topic, looks good. Inside the box, the paper comes with the same design in black and gray, and of course both of these shoes come with little hang tags. One says that these are not made for 0 to 3-year-olds, which is odd. I don't know if it's because it's a choking hazard if one of these nodes fall off, or maybe it would explode their brains. I'm genuinely nervous of letting my below 3-year-old child try these. And I don't know why. It doesn't even say. It just has a little picture of like, no toddlers, please. Maybe it's because of those. It's probably because of those. But that's pretty much all you get inside the box. Then you get to the shoes themselves, and man, they are different. First of all, the upper, and I guess a majority of the shoes, come in this pretty standard feeling Nike foam. I call it Nike foam because it's foam made by Nike, but realistically it feels like really all the foam used on foam slides and Crocs and foam runners and things like that. It's soft, it's flexible, but it's nothing new. The design of this Mule is sort of split up into 2 different halves with this chamfer that runs all the way through the shoe. The top half comes in this smooth matte finish. The bottom half comes in this almost like cookie cutter ribbed design with these perforated, or I guess semi-perforated because they don't go all the way through, kind of dot pattern patterns. Now the ridges along the side of the shoe, I'll be honest, I don't love. They're obviously there though to mimic the shape of the nodes and kind of show where the nodes sit along the sides of the shoe and make them look kind of like pistons that articulate underneath your feet, which is essentially what they are. I'm fine with that, but I'll be honest, the toe of the sneaker looks a little cookie cutter-ish. You know what I mean? Like literally cut by a cookie cutter. Which is not a bad thing, but it's not personally my taste. But one thing that I think is important to note about these, or at least that I'm taking away from these, is that I don't believe these are designed to be worn day to day, like everyday, all day shoes. I think these are the kind of shoes that you wear around the house, maybe to the gym before you go play ball. Maybe if you lift in these or something, I don't know if you're supposed to do that, but maybe that's what you do before you play ball. These are more of a recovery shoe, or I guess pre-exercise shoe, than anything else. It's not supposed to replace your pair of Vans or your running sneakers. I would assume you shouldn't run in these. That's my guess. I don't run in Mules in general, not even my own Mules. It's just not worth it. One thing that I found interesting about this shoe that I didn't even know about until I actually got this in hand is that this center area right there on the top of, I guess, your foot, kind of like the tongue area, it's not actually foam all the way through. You can sort of see on the inside of the shoe, the foam is kind of cut in this U shape, almost in like a smaller version of the shape you see up here on the top of the shoe. That area instead is this sort of shiny fabric material that's very thin, but it is perforated, so it helps with breathability. You've got a Nike logo there in the center, but it kind of collapses in a weird way. And I do find that, I don't know if it like sits on my foot in a weird way or what it is, but like my left pinky toe kind of like clicks in a weird, my feet like click a lot. I have a lot of like weird joints in my feet. But like whatever way that my pinky toe sits in this shoe, it kind of like, it's not uncomfortable, but it's a weird way for it to be positioned. So it's something that I probably have to get used to, but that's because I think of the shape of the inside of the top of the shoe. The foam gets very thick and then just all of a sudden disappears, and then you've got this fabric material and then it gets very thick again. You don't really feel that too much on the top of your foot, but maybe you do. I don't know. Hold on. I don't think it's not giving my foot room to move. Like, I don't know exactly what's going on in there, but something's up. Maybe it's always happened and my mind is so focused while wearing this shoe that I'm just noticing it for the first time. Who knows? Either way, that's probably not something you're gonna have to deal with. That's, I'm sure, just a me problem. One of these standout details on the shoe, and a detail that I really, really like for whatever reason, is the Nike logo is placed vertically on the lateral side of the shoe in this sort of, I guess, metallic silver kind of color. On the medial side, you don't have that. You do have the Nike logo, but instead it's pressed into the shoe, or I guess indented into the shoe, along with this perforated pattern like you have on the other side, and these ventilation holes, which you don't have on the other side. They're only on the medial side for that added breathability, which is nice. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I don't think Mules are ever not breathable, just because the nature of the shoe, like the whole back of the shoe is missing, so realistically air gets in whether you like it or not, so I don't feel like it's super necessary. But that's just me. But that's pretty much all you've got around the outside of the upper. You do have this glossy Nike logo right there on the heel, which is that Nike Nectar, that 3D printed technology that they used on the Nike Air Max 95,000s? I don't know. It kind of looks similar to the Nike tags on the Nike Air Max 95,000s. I'm not totally sure. I wouldn't be surprised if it was or if it wasn't. Now, moving inside the shoe, you get to one of the most interesting looking parts of the entire shoe, and that is, of course, this fabric insole, which essentially, from what I can tell, holds the nodes in place so they don't go all the way through whenever you step on them. Now, as you can see, there's corresponding orange dots to where the nodes are, so you kind of have an idea of where they're going to sit on your feet, although they don't seem to line up perfectly, at least not on this side of the shoe. You've got the Nike Mind Science department right there on the heel, which I'm sure has been around for a while, but I've never heard of it. I know there's a ton of departments in Nike, so I'm sure this is just one I haven't heard of. I haven't heard of a lot of things, by the way, as well, so I've got to be honest with you. Whether the shoe is good or bad, I want to see more from the Mind Size department. I want to see more shoes like this that are just taking a huge leap in a different direction than anything else that we've seen from Nike. I'm excited about that. So kudos to Nike for trying something wildly different. Since we're talking about the inside of the shoe, let's talk about fit. Unfortunately, from what I can tell, these do not come in half sizes. It looks like they only come in whole sizes at the moment. Nike recommends on their website that if you are a half size, like an 8.5 or a 9.5, go up to the next whole size. So in this case, well, this is a 9, but if I was a 9.5, I'd go up to a 10, or if I was an 8.5, I'd go up to a 9. And this particular shoe, as you can see, on the inside, sort of pressed into the foam right there, this is a 9 men's. It also says designed in Oregon, made in Vietnam. Now, when it comes to the actual fit, I know I was making a big stink about my toe kind of feeling weird, but again, I think that's just a me problem. It's only my left foot, so I just thought I'd bring it up. But generally, I do think if you are a whole size, these should fit you true to size. These fit me actually great. I had no issues with these whatsoever. If you're a half size, they might be a little bit long for you, but it's not the biggest deal in the world. And again, these are not shoes that need to fit perfectly. I guess technically to activate your mind in the exact right spots, they might need to fit perfectly. The nodes are big enough, I'm assuming they still hit the right spots, would be my guess. And also, you're not running in these, so you don't need a perfect fit. If they slip off, they slip off. You're probably walking around your house. Or maybe the field before your football game, I don't know. But then we get to the neck-breaking part of the shoe, the bottom, on the toe and on the heel. You've got these rubber pads for added durability. To be honest with you, I wouldn't rock these to school and maybe wear them on concrete, because I feel like the more that you wear them on like a rough surface and they start to wear down, the nodes are going to be less effective. That's my guess. But I would say definitely more of a house shoe than anything else. But how can I forget the nodes? The bright orange nodes on the bottom of this shoe. They are bright orange on every colorway, even the red colorway, which seems like an odd color combination, but there you go. I think the Mind technology only comes in orange. It might only work in orange. I don't know. If it came in like green or something, maybe it wouldn't work. But either way, this is one of the most unique looking pieces of footwear that I've ever seen. It reminds me of like a Nerf gun that's loaded up with all the Nerf darts. I don't think that's like too far off because essentially these are foam and they do actuate. So you press them and they actually kind of move almost like a piston inside the shoe and you can see them. I don't know if you can see them, but you can definitely feel them on the bottom of your foot. Yeah, you can see them a little bit. Now, I will say that wearing them on carpet, you don't feel them that much. You really do have to wear them on a harder surface, like a wooden floor or tile or something like that. And that's when I really did start to notice them underfoot. Now, most likely, because this is still a pretty new pair of shoes, the orange rubber material is pretty tacky. So I did hear it kind of sticking to the floor and then unsticking as I walked. It wasn't squeaky, but it was more of like not like a suction cup. Hold on. It's not doing it now. Of course, it's not doing it when I want to do it. And these nodes do move more than I thought. Now, they are obviously attached in some way to the rest of the shoe. I don't know exactly where the attachment point is, because if it wasn't... Oh, is it just to the top? Is it just to that fabric insole? Dude, it really might just be to that fabric insole. Okay, so I thought maybe these would be like co-molded into the bottom of the shoe in some way so that they like wouldn't fall out. But it seems like they might just be connected to the fabric footbed of the shoe, which makes more sense as to why you can't give these to 3-year-olds. Well, I wonder if the more that you wear these, maybe they start popping out. Maybe your mind doesn't need that much sensory help in certain areas of your mind, so they start to drop out in the areas that you're good in. I don't know. It really could be that that's the only way that this technology would work. I'm not totally sure. That being said, how does it feel? That's the most important part. That's what everyone wants to know. How does this shoe feel underfoot? And am I calmer and more focused throughout the day? Not really. But listen, my sporting event is sitting down on this little stool right here and talking to you guys about shoes. This is actually a significantly less physically demanding job than, a football player. Was there a noticeable improvement in my focus throughout the day? I wouldn't say so. Did I feel more connected to my surroundings? Honestly, you want to hear something crazy? Yes, but not because of the shoes. At least I don't think so. When I would sit, because my goal throughout the day was to sit and see if this was actually helping, and see if I was focusing, I ended up actually focusing and actually noticing the things around me, which I don't think was a direct result of the shoes activating something in my brain, but through testing these shoes, I did activate something in my brain that did make me more present, which is incredibly ironic. So I guess in a way, I'm lying. Yes, they did. They did help me focus and they did help me connect more with the world around me. But really though, how do they feel? Well, they feel probably exactly like you'd expect and probably like all of the content that you've already seen on these shoes. It feels like unpoppable bubble wrap. It really does feel like these little foam circles underneath your feet that actually don't press into your feet as much as you would think or even would hope. It's like a light, bumpy texture underneath your feet that kind of goes away every time you take a step. It's nowhere near as dramatic as I was hoping, I'll be honest with you. And that's probably a good thing because this is a mass market shoe and I think if they made it too dramatic, people wouldn't like it. In this iteration, it's noticeable, but it's not too noticeable. You think about it, but then after a couple hours, you stop thinking about it. It's the kind of thing that, I gotta be honest, I feel like is more of a gimmick than anything else. That said, I'm not a scientist. I can't test it. I have no idea. I have so much respect for the people over at Nike. I'm not saying this is a gimmick because I don't like the product. I think you're experimenting on something really cool. I actually really like the way that it looks, and it's very comfortable underfoot. The foam that is used in the midsole of the shoe is comfortable. The foam that's on these pillars of the shoe is also comfortable. I just don't think it lived up to the claims that it was making. It's such like an unquantifiable thing that these shoes are supposed to help you with. And I'm sure maybe you can see something in your brain. If you scan your brain, you might be able to see some differences while wearing this shoe. But when it comes down to the brass tacks and actually wearing the shoe day to day, from my limited experience, I didn't notice much. I did notice though that it felt good on feet. And it was interesting and it got a lot of attention. And for me, that's what I'm looking for in my pair of shoes. So do I regret buying these? Absolutely not. I have a second colorway on the way. But do I think it lives up to the hype? No.